My name is Nettie Spiewak, and I'm in Healing Masters, and I'm from Connecticut and the New York area. And Mr. Trivedi came into my life at a very important juncture because it was the same week that my guru, who was Sai Baba, passed. And it was literally the same week. And I was out for a walk listening to the Lisa Garr show. And, you know, I've been around, like Deborah, many of the great spiritual teachers. I've been very, very privileged in that way. And so it wasn't that I didn't want to hear another Guruji, but it had to be something I hadn't heard before. And this was, he was talking about the cashew experiment, you know, so on. The different, as soon as I heard the science, I went, you know, like that. And there was something else that he said, which I no longer remember, but as I was walking, I realized there's been something in my life for a long time that I hadn't yet taken on the mantle for it in full responsibility. I'm an ordained spiritual healer and interfaith minister, as well as a corporate consultant, so I have an interesting life. And I stopped in my tracks on that walk listening, and I looked up to my divine and I said, I want to bring thousands and thousands of people to God. And it was the first time I really grounded myself in that prayer. And I came to the June retreat, and that week he just happened to be in New York, so I went for an individual blessing. Then I went to the June retreat, and I knew I had to sign up for Healing Masters, which didn't make a lot of sense in my life for a lot of reasons. But I also knew that I had an extraordinary experience available to me, which seemed to be just an answer to this prayer, which is I had met a Catholic priest when I was down at John of God. And this priest and I formed a friendship, and he allowed me and my friend, Susie Roos, who you know, to come to California in his Catholic church. So for those of you who are Catholic, you will understand this. 2 women in albs and stoles in a Catholic church to do a healing service. And it was on cancer. And I said to him, I didn't know, were there going to be 10 people? You know, those of you in the healing arts know, you can put out something and it could be, you could have 10 people show up. You had 5 people show up. I said, let's do a morning just for the people who can't make it, and we'll do an evening. 1,000 people came that day. And 300 in the morning, about 1,000 at night, of whom 700 in the full morning, and about 700 people came up to be blessed. And I got to stand the privilege of standing in that energy. And I was very clear when I knew that I had to do the Healing Masters, I was ramping up for that and subsequent experiences. But I also knew that I had prayed that prayer, that I want to bring thousands of people to God. And it was only a month and a half later that 1,000 people showed up. And one by one, and I was able to wake up in the morning. It's not my condition of life, but I did understand when Mr. Trivedi says, you know, he worked till 4 in the morning probably last night, and then he's here in the morning, that for me, I had the experience of being there for hours and hours with people, and waking up the next morning going, let's do it again. Thank you.
Thank you.